Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have an old Toshiba Satellite laptop. This one is an old Toshiba Satellite L845-SP model. And in this video what I'm going to show you guys how to open it up and how you can clean up the heatsink, the thermal paste, and how you can do your own service for this laptop. You should be doing it if you haven't done it, as these laptops are really old and you might have lots of dust accumulated in the heatsink, and that could prevent it from and speeding up or lowering the speed on the CPU. And the tools you're going to be needing is a screwdriver set. I use the UFIXTEK tool set, as they have one of the best screwdrivers out there, which are the S2 class steel. You're going to be using a Phillips #1 and flat screw #4. Also, you will need alcohol, isopropylic alcohol, 95% plus. You will need a working towel or a shop towel, which we call them. You need like a 1 or 2 sheets of these ones. And also you need your favorite thermal paste. I use for my clients the Arctic MX4, or if you want to go a little crazy, which is not usable, I don't recommend it on these models, is the Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut. These are good for high-end laptops, but not for these types. They're overkill. Anyway, so we got these ones ready, and so let's get in started. First thing first, you want to power off the laptop. You're going to start by removing the battery. Put the lock #1 on the unlock position. The second one, hold it down on the side and then lift up the battery. Next, we're going to remove the service cover on the bottom with the Phillips #1. Just loosen up the screws, but they have a C-lock on them. It will not come out entirely. So pretty much you just have to do a few turns. Switch back to Phillips and you go flat screw #1. Stick it right in the opening right here, and then just yank it up real hard. It should come out with no problem. We're going to switch back to Phillips #1. Now we're going to remove the hard drive and we're going to remove the DVD drive. We already upgraded the hard drive. I made a video how to upgrade the hard drive and how to upgrade the RAM. So go ahead and remove the hard drive by removing one screw on the caddy right there. Remove one screw on the DVD drive right there. Once you remove the DVD drive, don't yank on here. You're going to damage the cover for the DVD drive. Just grab it from here and push it inward so the DVD drive comes out, and then just slide it out. For the hard drive, grab this plastic flip right here and just pull it back and then lift it up. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to remove all the screws that we see on the bottom cover, even in here, there, and at the back, under the battery at the back. We're going to remove the 3 short screws. Go ahead and remove all the screws. This one has a broken screw on the hinge on this side, so I'm just going to leave it there, but you should remove it. But this one, it has a broken hinge, I'm guessing. The screws under the battery, these are short screws, so don't mismatch these ones. Also, I realize only 1% of my viewers are subscribing to my channel. If you guys find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, I really appreciate it, and it will be a great support if you guys just could click that like or subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate that. Yes. Most of the screws are the same size and height, so except the one under the battery. Alright, once we remove these ones, we're gonna proceed by, let's go ahead and remove the keyboard quickly. To remove the keyboard, you need an opening tool. We're gonna use a guitar pick, and we're gonna stick it on the bottom side, right where the mouse pad is. We're gonna just walk around, and we're just moving it around on the bottom side. We're gonna lift it up, help it out a little bit. Once we have lifted up, and we're just gonna pull it out a little bit, and we're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna see the flex cable right here. To remove the flex cable, just put your fingernail at the back end, just lift up this cover 90 degrees upward, and then slide out the flex cable. That's your keyboard right here. Now we're gonna remove 1, 2, 3, 4 screws right here. They are the same size screws as the bottom cover. Once you did that, now we can go ahead and close the laptop. This one has a broken hinge. We're gonna look at it. Now we're gonna lift up the cover on the front. You're gonna work it out. Oh, there's a tiny screw right in here under the hard drive. Remove that too. And lift it up. Gently move it around. If it's not coming out, put a opening tool here and just help it out a little bit. And it should come out pretty easy. There we go. And there we have it. Now we see there's a broken hinge right here and the screw is right in there. So that's why I wasn't be able to get this screw out. Alright, this one doesn't have a video chip. It has a CPU. And look at all this dust that is accumulated in here. All this. So you want to remove and clean all the dust in here. You're going to remove the CPU cable, fan cable, by pulling it upward from the jack right here. You're going to remove few screws. Let's go ahead and remove the screws for the fan. Right there. And one right there. And it is loosened up. Untangle the power jack cable right there. Leave it there. Remove the 3 screws for the heatsink. Again, it has a C-lock on them. Just loosen them up. And now we can just go ahead and lift up the CPU. You see, this one is a little bit dusty. I think somebody already opened up before. Yours might be really covered full of dust in here, so you want to clean it up. Let's say that you have the heatsink in here and the thermal paste is really old. You want to grab your little bit of working shop towel and you want to soak it in here. And we're going to clean up the old thermal paste. Now we're going to use an old toothbrush to clean up the fan a little bit and just use a compressed air to just blow through the fans and clean up the whole thing. Now we're going to clean up the CPU same way that we clean up the heatsink. Put alcohol and just wipe over the die and make sure it's nice and clean. Do not put your fingerprints on it because of the grease from your fingers can damage the CPU die when it overheats, when it starts heating up pretty much. It's like a light bulb. You don't want to put a light bulb with your fingers because of the grease on it. It will make it break easy. Well, once we finish with that, we're just going to grab our thermal paste. We're going to put a tiny line or drop in the middle right there. And you're going to grab the heatsink, bring it over. First plug in the fan cable, it's easier. Align it right over, align it, and then bring it over. Hold it with one finger and then just cross screw them. Do 1 and then do 2 and then go with 3. So pretty much you cross screwing. Actually, they have a number 1, 2, 3, or you can do whatever 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter as long as you cross screw them. Put the 2 screws for the fan. Now in here you can go ahead and clean up the hinges and add a little tiny drop of the lubricant on the hinges if you have a toughened hinge, and tighten up the screws right in here because after a few years they become a little bit loose, and they are loose. So tighten up all the screws. They're actually very loose. There we go. And now we can proceed to putting up the bottom cover. Go ahead and clean up the bottom cover too, if you wish. You can actually go ahead and wash this one and let it dry. Otherwise, it's just plastic. And be careful with this cover because after a few years, like it's been like what, 8-9 years, and they dry up really fast, and that's why they can crack up, break up easy. Put down the fan side down first, align it. First, I forgot to just accommodate this power jack right there, which is accommodated right in there. And now grab this one here, bring it over, and press down. Make sure you do those clicks. If not, just pinch them between the top and the bottom cover. There we go. Now let's go ahead and first put the screws on the hinges, one on each corner or on the back, because when you want to open it up, you don't want to stress the base of these hinges. So I'm gonna put this back line first, so that way the hinges would have enough grip from the case, and then I can go ahead and open it up. We're gonna go ahead and put the screws on top here, and the screws right here. These screws, you must take them out because they do hold the bottom case together. Alright, once you got these ones in here, you want to grab the keyboard, bring it over, slide it right under the jack and lock it down. Make sure you put the top side down first, slide the top underneath, and then push down the side, hold it in the middle so you give this kind of curvature. So make it easy to push the sides down, and then let go and then push the bottom. Make sure you do tiny clicks. And that's it. Then we're gonna close it down, flip it upside down, and we're gonna grab the DVD drive. We're not gonna push it all the way in, we're just gonna leave it there. Put the only screw that goes under the hard drive right there. Grab the hard drive, align it, shove it back in there. Put the two screws for the one hard drive, one for the DVD drive. Now the rest should be really easy. Let's go ahead and put the three tiny short screws at the under the battery, and the rest of the screws, they go wherever you find the screw hole, and that should make it really easy. And again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out to do your own maintenance for your Toshiba Satellite L845. If you did, if you want to support the channel, just click that like button and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys have any question or request, leave them in the comment area and I'll always try to answer them. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Just gonna finish up putting up the screws. And the bottom cover. Grab the bottom cover, just put it on and smack it right on top. And the battery. That's it.